don't reach that target, even if you're 99% of the way there, somehow your image is more tarnished than if you never tried
Yeah.
and made zero impact, right?
And that's a really big problem in this space. And then because people have to back away from some of those voluntary commitments, they get nervous about making the next one. Instead of saying, look,
Yeah.
we really put the effort in here and, it was much, much harder than we thought. And to be honest, this is the challenge in these spaces. This stuff is hard. We're changing not just our practices, but you're changing the social construct, the way people think about the way they've done things for 20, 30, 40 years. How do you get those mindset changes that help drive that sustainability process well into the future, not just the short-term goals? And I think that's the most interesting part in the nature space, is that the decisions being made on these targets and the push down from the top can really help there, because that's changing the way the market and what the market is willing to accept. And when you bring in what corporates are saying, when you bring in what social and what the society wants, then suddenly you can start seeing those changes occur. A biofuel is actually a really good example. It can be quite controversial, and I think that there are things in there that you need to realise that people that don't make a lot of sense to people as well. So, firstly, are you growing crops purely for bioenergy, or are you using waste residues? Yeah, that's one of the very first questions that comes up. And are those if it is waste residues, is it the value of the waste residues that's changing the way you're managing your land? And are you changing that for the positive or negative? There's so many little pushes and drivers inside that system that make things really difficult to understand in a really clear way without good information. The second piece of that, of course, comes to what's the efficiency of doing all of these things? And then more importantly, how much land would you even need?